So collectively, we are Colony House from Franklin, Tennessee. I'm Caleb Chapman.
I'm Scott Mills.
And I'm Will Chapman, Caleb's brother. I mean, me and Caleb grew up playing music our whole lives as we were kids. I actually started on guitar and he started on drums, and that lasted for about what?
The drums broke. They like busted a hole in the drums. I was like, give me the guitar. So Will
switched randomly.
And then Will's been breaking drums ever since.
Yeah.
Like 6 years old. Our dad was, still is an artist, a traveling singer-songwriter, and so it's kind of
played with him for about 5 years.
He would say that we kicked him out of our band, but it was not that. We just needed to explore our own path, and so. But my dad was a big part of us, and his dad owns a shop, Chapman Guitars, in Paducah, Kentucky, and so it is definitely a long history of musicians, so that's pretty cool. Well, me and Will were born and raised in Franklin, Tennessee, it's Nashville. If someone were to ask us where we're from, we say Nashville. A lot of people are moving in to get involved with the music scene one way or the other. And Scott's from Knoxville, which is a few hours east of Nashville, but Franklin is kind of a old historic town, really small, really cozy, comfortable. There's a really cool community of mainly singer-songwriters, besides obviously the obvious country music, and then there's a really strong, Christian music contingency there, and then recently there's been a really strong kind of, indie rock scene starting to come about, which has been cool, good timing for us especially, but and I think it's been born out of the singer-songwriters, kind of the independent singer-songwriters kind of blazed the trail there a little bit. From that, there's kind of been this cool community, and what we love about Nashville is everyone's for each other, like all these bands and people coming in from outside of Nashville will say that it's something that's different from a lot of cities, that there's an art community. Like this is really a strong community where people are like winning, like wanting each other to win. The first show we ever played, not with Scott but back in high school, was a battle of the bands, and from that day I said we will never do music if it is a contest, if we're like trying to like win with music. I was like, there's a reason why we're not trying to pursue sports. This is music. I don't want to like be in some contest with someone. So that's, I think, a cool thing about Nashville is it's like this really, spirit of camaraderie. The name of the record's When I Was Younger, and we decided that name. When I Was Younger is actually a lyric that starts a song called "Caught Me by Surprise," and we thought that kind of summed up the record. The front half is kind of this playful, innocent kind of sounding, fun half of the record, and then the back half is there's a instrumental track called "I Had to Grow Up." I had an EP out 3 years ago or so that was really heavy. The content was heavy, just with our family story and just the songs that came out of that were necessary songs, but heavy content. So we wanted to like really make an effort at like having something more approachable, more of an easier handshake, like an easier nice to meet you for our first full length, but not lose that completely. So it's kind of this, hopefully this like story arc that we've created in a way that starts, kind of easier to take, and then, we're still saying things that we feel like are important to say. And
we did most of it in a little section of town called Berry Hill. So there's a lot of cool studios popping up and music stores.
Probably biggest Nashville studio is in that area.
Blackbird.
On a very much more humble scale is the place that we recorded, which was our producer's place. the Beehive. No offense, Ben Shive. It's very cozy, but there's this place, Baja Burrito, which is an amazing burrito place. So we joke, but it's really not a joke. If you solo any of our guitar tracks, because we had to track the guitar out in the hallway, if you soloed those, you would hear some
Totally
right on Mexican just jams, like, you know. That was kind of where we did most of it. Silhouettes is a song that we get like from all our friends, like, hey, love Silhouettes. What are you saying?
What do you say?
What does that song mean? From everyone I've ever, yeah. So Silhouettes essentially is a song that is meant to be a feel-good driving song, you know, windows down. But also, what it is saying is, you when you hit these like dark moments in life, you have a choice to let like that darkness just kind of umbrella you, almost like it's kind of just like that constant cloud over your head, or because it's like there's so like if you could step back and see all this, you know, blue sky around that one cloud that's over your head, you start realizing this is just one dark moment. But so many times that dark moment just ends up encompassing everything that you think about, and that ends up kind of paralyzing you. And so this song is like pretty much saying nothing. The tag, nothing silhouettes until the lights come on, is kind of this like, you've got to be willing to turn the lights on in order to see the good things. So like not losing sight of the good things. And moving forward is strategically placed on the record after probably the valley of the record, a really kind of heavy song. And it's interesting, why we've decided to play Moving Forward recently, and I thought it was important to play, is we're at the 6-year mark of losing my little sister.
I found hope when hope was dead. I could lose it in a moment, so I dare not close my eyes.
May 21st of 2008, I believe, was when we lost our youngest, me and my brother's youngest little sister, to an accident. She was 5, and so there's a song that I wrote that's very, you know, when something like that happens, kind of everything shifts in life, and that becomes like a little bit of a filter that everything goes through, and you know, sometimes that filter ends up leading people down a really dark, hard place. Sometimes it ends up being, you know, something that changes your life for the better, as weird and as hard as that is to say. Moving Forward was strategically placed musically, lyrically, everything after this song that is kind of, it's a hard song to sing, and Moving Forward is exactly what its title is, Moving Forward, and it's this song that's kind of declaring that we're moving forward from this, not forgetting what has happened, but instead taking what has happened and seeing it redeemed. Sometimes these troubles prove that I'm alive. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom in order to know, like, oh yeah, there's a foundation, there's a surface that I can walk on. It's not just empty space that I'm falling through for the rest of my life.
Hey, we're Colony House. Look for us on Last.fm.